Sup boys, it's your boy Deathboy here. Welcome back to DedChat. I was browsing YouTube today, right? And I was looking at some old commentary videos, right? Just looking at older gameplays. And then I started watching some of the newer Call of Duty gameplays, right? And then people complaining or people saying this or people saying that. And it had me thinking, were older Call of Duties really better than the newer ones? Like, let's think about this, right? Let's take off the rose-tinted glasses, right? And let's look at this subjectively, right? I believe that the newer CODs has its pros and cons, right? I really personally I enjoy the gameplay of newer CODs. I just like the fast-paced gameplay. I like the gun customization. I actually find that really fun. Not the fact that there's like a gazillion attachments, but I like the fact that there's variety. So I think like how I would fix the gunsmith for in my opinion would make it so there wasn't a gazillion attachments, but make it so that there was a good amount of variety. And that's what I really liked about it. The older CODs did have the pick 10 system, which did balance it, and I do think that the pick 10 system should come back, and that it would make it so that we aren't overpowered gods. I know that kind of doesn't work with Gunsmith all that well, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to work around it, right? Then we have like older prestige systems, older campaigns. I do think the older games had much better campaigns than the ones we do now, but the newer CODs do have some bangers. We had Call of Duty Cold War, which was an amazing campaign. We have Cold War, which was an amazing campaign. that's the only campaign that I can think. Honestly, the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, the newer one, was pretty fun. The story's dumb, but it was fun. And that's all I can really say about those. But I want to look at this more of like the gameplay and the maps. Are they that much better? I guess I should probably have wrote this down so I'm actually more coherent with what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is, let's give the newer games a bit of slack, right? Now that I say that, not really. No, they have a lot of time to work on this. But let me say this again. My bad. The newer games, they're always on crunch, and Activision always wants money. And I think what we should do is just take some time and just relax and just try to play older Call of Duties and accept, or the newer Call of Duties, I mean, and accept for what they are. I know it's harder to enjoy the newer games, but I do think it's just the fact that times are changing, right? We've grown up. We can't play Call of Duty as much every day as we used to. And I'm trying to think of this. I'm trying to put my mind as to me when I was 10 years old playing Black Ops 1. I'm trying to imagine myself as a 10-year-old now playing Call of Duty. 20 years from now, kids are going to look at today's Call of Duty with nostalgia and think these games were absolute bangers. And that the newer games in their time are probably trash. But that's just the COD cycle, right? New game comes out, it's a banger, then it's trash. New game comes out, it's a banger, then it's trash. And that's just how it's always going to be, because that's just how people are, I guess. I've kind of, in my mind, I've stopped complaining about Call of Duties. I've accepted the fact that there's going to be shitty microtransactions. I accepted the fact that there's always going to be a time crunch because of Activision. I've accepted the fact that it's not going to be what it used to be. I've accepted that it's forever different. But I think it's okay, because at the end of the day, you can always go back to these older games. You can always figure out a way to play them. You can always get an older console and just play it. Worst case scenario, they take out multiplayer. There's mods for bots. I've played with bots all the time. And, I think it's going to be alright in the end. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all like this video. If you all want to see more commentaries, subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing night. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.